Hello everyone, CPAT here with a plugged-in mic this time, bringing you another Exceed commentary. This is going to be Game 3 of a match that started on Thursday, Friday. You can check it out. I think it's the last video I posted, actually. But yeah, we have Game... CMEshai won Game 2. I don't think that's on camera, unfortunately. But yeah, we are in Game 3 of my certified banger of the week. I have some weird noise going on my headphones right now. I don't know if I want to fix that right now, though. Looks like parry focus on both sides, so now just hands are known. On MiX's side, we have 6-3 block and Yukikaze and an unknown card. And now Issei has 4-6 copy of each Ultra Fire and EX Firefly. So in theory, a little bit of a mix-up there between Firefly and EX Dive for Issei, but that can be popped. Both options, I believe, can be popped with Enma. Or, sorry, that's not Enma, that's Gurren. We need to learn how to read here. But yeah, let's see how this game goes. Apparently this game started 2 hours ago or something, maybe 2.5 hours ago. And yeah, we are still here. Luckily, I'm here to catch the thrilling finale. Apparently, there was a called shot that lasted 25 minutes in the last game. So I'm gonna say, I guess Issei won with Renea. I don't know if that's against the rules or not, though, because there's a rule on intentional slow play being a cause for disqualification, but I don't really know how that works. I mean, I guess it didn't work because we're here watching a Game 3 in action. But that's an interesting one. Issei thinking about striking here. I think he flipped a card face down, but did not. We have Luciya versus Hakumen, by the way. My brain's a little bit fried just because I've had a little bit of a long day, so I'm not gonna do the usual as Hakumen crosses out. Luciya also crosses out. Interesting. We're both at range 8. We're at range 8 now. Okay. I'll put an LOL in chat as well. I hope you guys can see the chat. I didn't actually check the last video to see if you guys could see what was going on in the chat. I hope you can, because Issei's a bit of a talker, and MiX has not allowed him to MiX is not entertaining the voice chat, so it's all going to be through the text chat here. Hopefully you guys can catch it, or if I'll just read out everything that's happening, I guess, if you can't, just in case you can't. I mean, it's not like this game is gonna be super quick. Second parry coming up from MiX. Parries RTL and hits it. We knew that RTL was in the hand of Luciya. Yeah, that seems like a good card to parry. Just such a important, such a good ultra 8-speed escape. MiX moving to range 7. Okay. That's an interesting one, moving to range 7. I wonder what is between range 6 and the only difference I can think between range 6 or range 7 and range 8 is that now you can boost this and then massive and then have Shippu hit, but you really don't want to be hitting with Shippu from this far away. I think look at Luciya's cards. Luciya does not. Luciya has Bug Zapper, which can in theory hit, right, if she just hops 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's a 3 damage Bug Zapper. Luciya just ends up here, which is weird. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is moving to range 7. Maybe someone can enlighten me. Again, like I said, I thought I actually started but didn't finish. I'm pretty exhausted here, so don't expect something too high energy. I just want to make sure that this game is caught on camera so you guys can see it, but don't expect the highest level as Luciya moves to range 6, okay? Don't expect the highest level analysis that you guys are, of course, used to when you come to this channel. That's 100% why you're here. Don't expect anything like that today, as Luciya moves to range 6, discarding a dive. So no normals are out of Luciya's hand. She has EX Firefly and 1 copy of Skies of Flame. MiX, on the other hand, has his dive, or excuse me, spike, and EX Enma and Yukikaze. Discards the spike, moves to range 5. Okay. So range 5 is an interesting one where Mana Strike can now hit at speed 4. Maybe this is a bait. Mana Strike bait. Nothing of Hakumen can hit from range 4, range 5, excuse me, except the Ultra. Okay, MiX, Ishai in response boosting Whirlwind, plus 3 speed. We say it every time, insane boost. Oh, interesting. MiX boosting Fumajin. Attacks at range 4 or 5 do not hit you. We don't really see Enma boosted a whole lot, because I feel like whenever Hakumen plays games, he's closer than range 5 in a lot of cases, but yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Directly counters Mana Strike, and if there was Gauge, also Skies of Flame. Now needs something like... No, I mean, nothing hits anymore. Needs to move into range if he's planning on attacking with this plus 3 speed, which I don't think he can anymore. It's interesting though, MiX allowed to build a lot of gauge here. He's already up to 6 gauge. Of course, when Hakumen exceeds, his stuff becomes free. On top of that, he does not really succumb to deck pressure as much. So, looking at deck sizes, Hakumen's is fine if he gets the 8 gauge because he gets a free shuffle off of it. Maybe this is something that will play into the situation, but okay. Ishai boosting, or excuse me, moving, spending 2 force with the Ultra to move into range 3. Yeah, there's the massive coming out from Hakumen. 7 gauge now. So massive means things like Enma hits, Renka hits now. Yanagi would always hit, but Zantetsu also hits. That's a big one as well. And of course, on top of that, you get Armor Guard as well. So Ishai reading Focus. This is a little bit of a Hail Mary, and it misses. So let's see what the punish is. Yeah, goes for the assault. Probably this is a spike from Luciya's side. Actually, not the biggest Hail Mary. Oh, actually, a dive makes sense. Not the biggest Hail Mary from the Luciya side, just because MiX has gone through a lot of his deck and a lot of his cards are here. It's actually not the biggest Hail Mary there. I believe only one of those cards was known, something like that. Yeah, and of course MiX's hand is now known. I like that. MiX with a little bit of the trash talk there. We want to screenshot that hand. Especially because this last game took, what, like 2.5 hours? Ishai actually taking pictures with his phone. Weird, I agree. Do we allow that? I mean, it's not my room, so I don't know. Because technically, in a tournament, you're not supposed to have aids like that, right? The only thing you're allowed is like pen and paper. I guess there are no rules for the online tournament, as MiX boosts defend. Now up to 9 gauge. 8 cards left in deck, maybe an Exceed action coming soon. Actually, what was that hand? 3/7 Enma, Gurren, Yukikaze. Okay. So just 7 Gurren, Enma, Yukikaze. MiX out to a little bit of a lead here. Just because Luciya has not transformed anything yet. Has not really made any progress, just besides going through the deck. MiX now boosting power on top of his spike, just getting rid of those normals makes sense to me. And good boosts as well. At that range 1 makes sense to me. Luciya looking like she wants to boost something in response. Got that leftmost card tilted. Turns it back around. Will he shuffle his hand? Nope, tilts it again. Oh, plays it. It is the second Firefly Gunner, so this is a +3 speed. Speed, of course, is joked to not matter at Rage 1 so much. Preferably, this would be preferable at Rage 2 or Rage 3, so threats like Spike hit. Looks like MiX is prepping an EX attack to set. Not too many of these left. MiX looks like he's going to respond with an EX of his own. He responds with EX Shippu. That is a huge Shippu against... Hopefully it's not something like Bug Zapper, because Bug Zapper will lose to Shippu. What if Talon Sweep? But what if Talon Sweep, huh? So... No, it's EX Assault. Oh no. EX Assault's going to do only 2 damage. And Shippu's going to hit back for 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. Shippu's going to hit back for 11. That is such a huge combat win. Wow. Huge, huge, huge. Look how much gauge MiX still has. Look, he literally took 0 damage because I forgot about the spike boost on the bottom. Takes 0 damage, deals 11 back. Wow. Or deals 10 back, excuse me. Oh, it takes 1 damage because it's EX Assault, of course. But wow. Huge start. And 1 Shippu in the discard, ready for the reshuffle. 1 Shippu in the gauge, ready for the reshuffle on the Exceed action. Huge, huge lead. And the Talon Sweep would have been better, obviously, because you don't get the +4 power. Talon Sweep still gets popped. But... And additionally, you get the grandstanding transform out. So MiX would have... Yeah, MiX recognizing, hey, this is what happens when you let Hakumen sit here and build gauge. As he decides, hey, I need to start getting some more impactful strikes in, boost the fierce. What a turn from MiX here. I anticipate an Exceed action maybe next turn. Yep. Before the reshuffle. 9 gauge here to work with. Hand information pretty known if MiX does have a focus in the deck, but Luciya without any of the boosts, this wouldn't be an impactful strike, especially at Rage 1. Just opts for the prepare. This is going to be the Exceed action coming from MiX shortly. Yep. Looks like he's just deciding what to Exceed with. And yeah. This makes complete sense to me. Just Hakumen allowed to sit here and gets the free shuffle as well. And we can look at backside Hakumen. Gauge costs reduced to 0. Doesn't get the free gauge every turn, but gauge costs reduced to 0, and cards from Overdrive can now be returned to hand. So that Shippu's definitely coming to hand sooner, if not later. Wow. And yeah, this is what happens if you allow Hakumen to just sit there. Luciya unfortunately doesn't really have a lot going for her. No transforms out, 2 gauge, which is enough for an RTL to escape 1 combat. RTL doesn't even escape Shippu fully. But yeah, wow. Huge early life and resource lead for Hakumen here. Let's see what MiX has to bring himself back to the game. Because I mean, look, with that free shuffle again, I just want to stress this out. There's no deck pressure on MiX here. MiX still has his reshuffle left. Luciya has less cards in deck as well. So really nothing much accomplished from Luciya here, other than the 2 gauge built. No transforms, no nothing though. MiX claiming he doesn't like getting hit for 11 so early, even though it wasn't really early. It was during the end of the first deck cycle for Hakumen. Wouldn't call that early, personally. Wow. And one thing I will say about MiX is that yeah, he did draw for end of turn. because he had 5 cards in hand at the start of his turn. That unfortunately I lost my train of thought on my last statement, but like I said, it is late. But wow, what a hype invigorating combat to bring us back. And now we'll have another 30-minute lull before Hakumen builds like another insane strike or something. I don't know. It is now Ishai's turn. I wonder if MiX's next strike, if MiX's next combat he brings back the Shippu, and then the turn after he brings the focus back to read something, because Luciya's getting kind of low on deck. If you get a reading in and hit with another like 10, it wouldn't be a 10 damage Shippu, it would be like an 8 damage Shippu. That seems good to me. Bring Luciya down to, or try to bring Luciya down to 8, and even if the reading doesn't hit, you get hand info, and also your second focus still in the deck. You can get to that, and also like Shippu will still hit, and it's free, right? Free in terms of doesn't cost gauge. That's a play I see from the Hakumen side for sure. Ishai pondering his options. Move his mouse in the figure 8. Hopefully I can try to make these turns interesting, because we all know this guy's kind of a slow player, so hopefully I can bring a little bit of entertainment along with the high quality gameplay, because the high quality gameplay is there. I want to bring that entertainment up, so that way you guys aren't skipping through the video. Try like maybe I will put in the times. I'll put in timestamps for every turn. There you go. Ishai boosting defend range 1. Okay, this makes sense to me. MiX's turn. He will discard. He will drop 1 from the overdrive to bring 1 to his hand. Maybe I'd like to see him bring that Shippu back and then the focus back this turn after. That looks good to me. Discards the assault to bring back. Thinking about what to bring back here. Okay, brings back, or looks like he's bringing back the Shippu. Yep. Shuffle your hand, MiX. Shuffle your hand. Yep, there you go. Yep, and this makes sense to me. A boost Tsubaki, sped up to 3 gauge for +1 power each. So next turn, breathing. Ishai breathing down the reading here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe drop a normal or something here, whether it's through combat or through a boost or something like that. Only 1 gauge here for Hakumen, but +1 power. I mean, this boost kind of looks expensive, right? If you think about it, right? Because normally, I mean, you can compare it to Grasp, which is 1 card that's free that gives you 2 power. So a little bit on the expensive side, but Hakumen gets that gauge so easily on front side that, and honestly, while it looks bad, I think it is worth boosting in certain cases. Directly also counters the 1 armor on Luciya's defend as well. The crossover opts not to add the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind. That's the top card of his discard, of course. Yeah. What a slow turn. Surely this is MiX returning the focus. He could return the focus at a later time, but this feels like MiX trying to. Although maybe Ishai knows that and doesn't even have like a normal in hand. But that feels like a slow turn. I mean, it is a slow turn, but let's see if that slow turn actually comes to bite him. Comes back to bite him this turn. So discards the dive. Nope, does not discard the dive. Maybe discards a sweep instead. No. Dive would be mostly useful to either they're twos for dive, right? It's just like combat strike from far away to get in or attack. I don't really foresee Hakumen needing to tech things now. And a lot of these other cards are quite good. Like Cross will be useful for getting in. Yanagi is a decent combat option for getting in as well. Sweep, just solid. Although maybe less solid against Luciya than against other characters, but +2 speed is always good as well. And focus is what we were looking at for Hakumen to do this turn. Returns Yanagi to hand. Okay, interesting. So not going for the play that we were looking at. Okay, MiX just striking here. Interesting. Not going for the play that we were looking at, but I think this is also okay. This could be basically anything from Hakumen's side. Like, Hakumen has a lot of like weird counter hit options as well. Let's see if this is like, this could be like RTL bait as well. Like MiX trying to get Luciya to spend that second RTL before he goes in with the Shippu, with like the reading Shippu. Ishii claiming this is a weird strike. I strongly disagree with that. I think the strike is totally okay. It's got the CPAT seal of approval, so you know it's a good strike then. Notably, we are an hour and a half until the deadline for the tournament. I wonder what happens if a match doesn't end before the deadline. It's in the rules. I'm assuming they just get an extension or something. It's actually not that bad. Granted, we are just talking about random things because we are waiting for Ishii to respond to a strike here. Responds with sweep. It is second Shippu, so sweep will hit for 4. Drops the Yanagi, and sweep will get hit back for, depending on whether MiX wants to spend. Wow, what a turn. Oh, wait, Tsubaki's free. I forgot. Because his gauge costs are 0. Yanagi, this is like a response to RTL. Not RTL. The one that makes you swoop. Talent swoop. Yanagi in response to talent swoop, and he's going to get hit on top of that. Talent sweep, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, Yanagi makes it so right. Yanagi is just catching it. Yanagi catches everything. Wow. What a strike. Oh no, mixed with the bait here. He's saying that he discarded one Yanagi when he played the Shippu earlier for the reason. I love it. This is the high level play that we love to see on this channel, and that I'm just so happy I get to bring for you. Discards the focus. Discards the sweep. Excuse me. Now brings the focus back. I wonder if this is gonna be a reading. Now only 3 cards left in Luciya's hand, but this is looking brutal. Grand Standing at least finally transformed. So both players' attacks can have +1 power with Luciya spends force. As we said, I think in the last Luciya match, we like that ability on backside. because you can spend the gauge to get the +1 power, so you can kind of double dip on that. On front side, it's also fine to break points. Interesting. MiX opting for boosting massive here. +1 range, +2 armor, +2 guard. Luciya chain climbs to the other side of the screen. Okay. Notably, can still get hit by Shippu. If MiX has second Shippu, this is that's tough to get out of, right? Yep, Hakumen flips back. Okay, just boost cross, get to rage 3. Seems fine. Oh, interesting. We'll take that back. Maybe opting to only go to range 4 instead. No, discards the cross, bringing the Zentetsu back in hand. Okay, interesting. Now boosting Ranka for +1 range and strike. Ishii saying, what was that? I'm assuming he's talking about what card was returned to hand. Yeah, Gurren. Gurren will hit. Luckily, Ishii does have the second block here. Gurren will hit for 3 damage. Luciya spends the block. Now, Hakumen does have advantage, can win the strike, can win the game off this if he instead boosts Fumajin. Attacks at range 4 or 5 do not hit you. Already has 4 gauge for the next succeed. Lucia's got to find an answer, find something quick. Opts for the prepare and response. Reminder, MiX, I believe, does have focus in hand for reading if he feels the need to win the game that way. MiX opting for prepare. Say, okay, I'm happy with my board state here. Luciya boosting grasp in response. +2 power. Yeah, MiX looking at the discards, thinking maybe now's the time to pull the trigger on this reading. Like, you can even read something, have it fail, and still feasibly have second Shippu to finish the game. That's so scary. That's incredibly scary. Wow. This is like a parry Exodia. No, parry RTL, of course. Get rid of the escape. In response, Ishii boosts speed. I wonder when the reading's gonna come out. You don't even need the reading now, and you text the power. Okay. Reminder, we are at range 4, so Luciya has to move before she can hit, whether that's pre-strike movement or something like that. Second Shippu, unfortunately, in the gauge now, so that's not a threat. It is a threat, however, next turn when MiX boosts, gets that 8th gauge, and then exceeds the turn after. Yeah, this Hakumen just a little bit too fast for Luciya so far. Fast in terms of not in terms of speed, the number on the yellow number, but in terms of tempo. This Hakumen's been kind of all over Luciya so far. Let's see how Ishii brings it back. Looking at discards, okay. It was fortunate that the Shippu ended up in gauge and not in hand. That's kind of one of the downsides of Hakumen building the gauge passively. It's just that a lot of your options can get trapped in the gauge until you build the full 8. MiX also does like notably he's one of the Hakumens I've seen that does like going for these boosts early. Okay, movement to range 3 makes sense to me. You're threatening something like Spike now with the +2 speed. Furthermore, this boost actually does not matter. MiX saying, I'm happy at range 4, bring me back. Luciya moving back to range 3, a little bit of a dance here. I like this. These kind of movement shenanigans are super interesting to me. Decides to spend the normal. I like that better. Ishii recognizing that MiX still having that focus in hand, I believe. So opts to spend the normal there. This makes sense to me. 4 cards in hand, 3 cards in deck, though. Pretty scary reading if that's in the cards. MiX maybe just succeeds here again. Get another free shuffle. Deny that hand info. No, opts for the reading this turn. Reads focus. Ishai does not have a normal. Oh, yes, he had the spike in hand. Wow. I wonder if this is a read focus bait. Surely it's not a bait. And this is the one that hits back. Yeah, MiX has got to take a picture with his phone. These 4 cards here. We'll take a look at them as well. We've got Bug Zapper, Downburst, Spike, and Mantis Strike. Dude, how funny would it be if this is I don't think it is, but how funny would it be if Ishai used both focuses and this is bait for him to come in and get hit by Yukikaze? How funny would that be? That would be hilarious. Okay, Ishai says it's not the Ultra. Okay. Well, he says that, but what if both? Dude, how next level would that be? That's a play. That's the kind of play I would make. Just a failed reading into, because we know that Ishai has been discarding normals from his hand. So, and the reason he discarded that cross was so that he wouldn't get red. Right? How spicy would that be? A play to end that play to end it. Is that too spicy? Is that too spicy for this life lead? I'm assuming Ishai is probably just thinking about playing Spike this combat. He's gonna be putting in the he's doing our job for us. He's gonna be putting in the chat whatever this is not. I'm assuming the response from Luciya is just Spike here in a lot of cases. Especially now that he's called that's not Assault. In theory, if it could be Gurren, then you don't want to respond with Spike, though. I don't know if that's an option that Hakumen still has available. Okay, Ishai saying it's not Gurren. Okay, that's the card we were looking out for. So if it's not Assault or Gurren, looking at these, it's not Enma, obviously. He claims it's not Gurren. Could it be Renka? Maybe. Actually, no, Renka doesn't hit at this range. He claimed it's not Yanagi. He claimed it's probably not Zentetsu. It could be Zentetsu in theory. I wonder if Ishai plays the Spike here. He opts for a faster option that doesn't pop Armor Guard, but it's not likely to hit. Sweep not possible, correct, given that one sweep is in the gauge and the other sweep was discarded off the Exceed. Surely MiX doesn't go for the play I'm thinking of, which is the failed reading on purpose into the Ultra. I don't even know if that Ultra's available. If that Ultra's not up on it, yeah, I feel like that Ultra's not even up. Dang it. That's the kind of stupidity that I would make. The play that looks so dumb it works. I love it. I don't think it's that though. So yeah, Ishai just deciding whether he wants to Spike here or he wants to play something faster to try to because he thinks that MiX played speed 5. Although he claimed that Assault and Gurren were both down, so I don't really know what else it could be. He also claimed that it was an Ultra, so I don't really understand why he's not playing the Spike. Oh. just teasing us a little bit, a little tickle there. Oh, interesting. He's thinking if he wants to grandstand this. Okay. Well, then play your combat card face down, buddy. The timing is when you set your attack. when you set your attack mean simultaneously, like when you set it, so it's like you gotta have one hand on your combat card and one card on the force you want to spend. That's weird to me. Okay, also the mana strike, it is just spike. Okay, lame. Lame. And Spike will of course pop this. Not that Spike would hit back, but Spike would pop that. Make sure I do something with his discard. Yeah, trying to put cards back in. Spends the force to maintain the Fumajin. Interestingly enough. I wonder if this is going to be another Exceed action coming from Hakumen. Only 2 cards left in the deck. That Spike was pretty good. Still, I mean, it's the first step on the way to the comeback for Luciya. Or I'm sorry, excuse me, that Mana Strike. He just spent the Mana's Mix. We'll put our LOL in the chat now. Hopefully you guys can see it. Whatever. I believe it's Ishai's turn after the reading. Unfortunately, this Fumajin is super rude to Luciya's remaining options here. She needs that pre-strike movement, whether it's through a before action or it's through something else. Okay, these guys are just having a quick chat. I wish I was streaming this, that way I could have a quick chat with you guys, because I do like I did stream one game. I believe I streamed Calvantis versus MiX winners finals of the last tournament. I really did enjoy the viewer interaction, just because that way, if I miss something, which I'm good at missing things. If I miss something, you guys can help me catch it real quick. So maybe I will try to stream more games in the future. I don't know if it's something you guys are looking for. I don't know if you guys prefer, like, I don't know. I personally like watching the VODs. That way I could speed it up at 2 times speed. I can fast forward, rewind if I want to see a kind of play again, or if I want to, in this case, maybe hear a funny joke or whatever, what have you. But yeah, if you guys are interested in streaming, maybe I could start streaming these instead of just posting them to YouTube after they're done. Maybe that's something you guys would be interested in. If it is, just let me know. And I think my computer can definitely still handle streaming. I probably stream at 720, not 1080. My internet can definitely handle streaming. That's not too much of an issue here at all. And yeah, like I said, I do prefer the additional. Okay, interesting. Let's see, moving back to range 5. This is going to be the Exceed from Hakumen here, surely. Yep. Yep, there's the flip. And here's the reshuffle. Ishai wants to take another look at that first. Life lead is looking pretty daunting still. Luciya is still 1 strike away from losing the game, obviously. Hakumen, like 3 strikes away from losing, probably. Has a lot of armor as well. Or not a lot of armor, but has a decent amount of armor with these Shippus that are surely coming back to hand. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, how does Luciya respond to these threats that Hakumen had? Hakumen, they're literally face-up threats here. How does Luciya respond to them? at range, at range 5 currently. For our viewers who maybe aren't looking at the video, I don't know if people listen to only the voice. Surely they don't listen to only the voice. You guys are here for the gameplay, not necessarily for me in a lot of cases. But if you guys are, we are at range 5. Hakumen has Fumajin boosted, so attacks at range 4 or 5. Do not hit him. He's at range 5. Luciya opting for the reshuffle action here. Okay. A little slow, maybe indicating that there's a response in hand or is looking for the block. Okay, return Shippu in hand. This makes sense to me. Probably just striking with that Shippu now. Let's see if Luciya has the response to this. I probably shouldn't put. I was gonna put like cue a stunned audience as Shippu's return to hand. Just put a thinking emoji in the chat. Maybe we'll blow one up and we'll put it as the thumbnail or something. What could this card be? I'm assuming Luciya was trying to dig for a block or something to not die to Shippu. Needs a second block to turn after. But you know how it is. Shippu has 7 defenses, so it's unlikely that Luciya is able to pop that if that was her plan. I don't know why I'm looking at decks. I don't think we are in the realm of decking out. Ishii is thinking about that wild swing. It's saying block is on top. Yeah, it looks like Ishii is looking for that block. Realizes there's not much else that Luciya's gotten her kit to stop this Shippu. I like the moving the grass down for no reason. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just these little tiny maneuvers that can get in your head. Obviously, MiX is too good for that. Just won't fall for that. Yeah, Ishii, when you sit there and let Hakumen build, he's gonna build. Ishii with the wild swing. What's it gonna be? Are they waiting for each other to flip? What the hell is going on? Oh no, that Firefly Cutter's not going to do anything. And MiX takes the set 2-1. Hakumen beats Luciya. Hakumen just allowed to sit there and build Shippus. And yeah, MiX calls it 3 Shippus. Builds 3 Shippus, hits with all 3 of them, and takes the set 2-1. Wow, what a way to end it. What a way to end it. GG's in the chat. A hype way to end this game, I think. Ishii showing us how he could have beat things. How he could have beat it, but yeah, he's like 2 power away with that, but whatever. Yeah, I think he's 2 power away now. Yeah. Shippu has 7 total defenses. But yeah, Hakumen MiX, the tanky boy, beats Luciya, Ishii. MiX saying, yeah, Yanagi is the key to the matchup. Yanagi really key to the matchup. Yanagi, a card able to catch Luciya. Not many cards catch Luciya when she runs away to the other side of the screen. Yanagi is one of them. Hitting with 3 Shippus is a way to win against any character, really. And yeah, obviously, even if the first Shippu didn't hit, there was a second Shippu coming up the turn after. These guys saying, you know, they're pieces. Let them We can let him talk. Oh, MiX saying, why'd you move to range 5 if Ishai has counterplay at not range 5? I like it. I like it. Should I end the video here, or should I? You know what? If there's more chatter, we'll just have them chat, and we will watch the chat. Looks like chatter's kind of slowing down though. But he said he moved because he didn't have it, but it was coming. It was coming. It was at the gauge. Everyone in the world knew that Hakumen Exceed was coming. No, everyone in the world knew that Hakumen Exceed was coming. Whatever. Yeah, MiX actually also says, well, whatever. GG's all around. MiX moving up to 4-0. Ishai moving down to 3-1. Don't worry, this was just a teaser. I have a feeling both these guys are going to make the playoffs in a couple weeks. So yeah, maybe we'll see a grudge match coming between MiX and Ishai. We'll probably this is not the end. This is not the end of MiX versus Ishai for the tournament, I feel like. I don't know if the playoff bracket's double elim. If it's double elim, then almost assuredly guaranteed. If it's single elim, then no, not necessarily. Yeah, MiX says, remember kids, draw your Yanagis. Yanagis are good. We'll zoom in on this card. Maybe we'll make this card the thumbnail. No, we won't make that card in the thumbnail. Yeah, these guys are just discussing whether Jeffrey. See, the thing, I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Joffrey or Jeffrey? Because I've heard people pronounce it Joffrey, but I feel like if you're pronouncing Jeffrey like Joffrey, it sounds like pretentious. I hate it. Maybe it's appropriate for Jeffrey though. Good old Jeff is third. CMEshai's third character. So Ishai losing twice with Luciya here. Just showing you you can't have a 100% win rate in Exceed. And MiX's Hakumen definitely looked like it outplayed Ishai's Luciya here 100%. When you let Hakumen sit there and you let him build his resources, and then you give him 3 Shippus, it's a tough time. It's a tough time. These guys just discussing the fact that when Yanagi was discarded, it made Ishai play the EX. I don't remember if it was the EX talent sweep or not. Yeah, these guys just discussing the game. We already saw the game. I am going to call the video here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this CPAT certified banger of the week. We will have more videos coming out this week for the final week of pools. Remember, it's top 4 that make the tournament bracket, or excuse me, the finals bracket. So look out for both these players. Both these players pretty likely to make top 4 in my opinion. MiX especially likely with that 4-0. Even if he loses his next game, he should be fine. Ishai, of course, has to win his next game, but he's been doing pretty well in the tournament so far. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll catch you for the next one. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. But yeah, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.